What is happening to me? What did I bring upon myself? Your hand moves involuntarily, as if guided by an unseen force. She is unable to stop herself as fake eyelashes and long nails press onto her skin. The lashes seem to come alive, wrapping around her eyes like creeping vines. She gasps for breath, running to the mirror, half expecting the nightmare to manifest on her face. In her small but neatly kept hostel room in Ibadan, Adana's focus begins to shift. She once lived a simple life in her village with her mother, who worked tirelessly to keep their family afloat after her father passed away. Adana knew she had to help her mother somehow. It was then that she noticed how beauty products like colored contacts, nails, and campus were always in demand among the students on campus. Samatesan, determined to find a way to earn money, Adana browses online for suppliers of these products. A classmate, Titi, offers to introduce her to a supplier known as Madam Jane, a name that is spoken of in whispers across Ibadan's beauty community. Adana walks into the vast, well-organized warehouse where Madam Jane does business. Adana is amazed by the wide array of beauty products, lashes of every length and style, colorful contacts, and a variety of extravagant nails. Madam Jane watches her with a knowing smile as she picked her products. The business deal is struck when Madam Jane tells her, "You can pay me later, just sell your stock first." Adana takes her products back to her hostel. She sets up a colorful display and posts pictures online. In just a few days, she makes a profit of 500 naira, far more than she expected. The success is overwhelming. Each week are sold out quickly, and Adana's business grows beyond her imagination. She begins sending money home to her mother, feeling a sense of independence she has never known before. As Adana's success continues, her mother becomes concerned. "What kind of business is making you so much money?" she asks gently. Adana dismisses her concern, but she can't help feeling a strange unease. Meanwhile, back at Madam Jane's warehouse, Titi and Madam Jane exchange knowing glances. Titi says, "We need to act fast. Adana has potential. We'll bring her into the fold soon." Adana receives a small gift from Madam Jane, a beautifully wrapped box containing lashes and nails. She feels a wave of excitement, but there's something strange about the way the gift makes her feel. Later that night, as Adana drifts off to sleep, she finds herself in an ethereal world, a place that seems almost like paradise. She is led by Titi and other familiar faces, all of them wearing flawless makeup, elegant lashes, and painted nails. At the center of this surreal scene sits Madame Jane, smiling knowingly. Titi leads Adana to a luxurious dining hall, where Adana tastes fruits and foods that seem to transport her to another world. She is dressed in a red gown, and as she looks at herself in the mirror, she is enchanted by her transformed appearance. But beneath the beauty, there is something deeply unsettling about her reflection. The beauty is outward, but her inner self feels like it's slipping away. "To see what I have done, this beauty must play." Adana wakes up in a cold sweat, shaken by the dream. The strange sense of unease lingers. She goes to Titi's room to confide in her friend. Without a word, Titi proceeds to recreate the same look from the dream on Adana, transforming her into the vision she saw. A silent understanding passes between them, and Adana, now compelled, takes a set of keys from Titi's desk. Adana drives through the streets of Ibadan, guided by an invisible force, to a mall. She walks through the mall with a strange, magnetic presence, drawing the attention of everyone around her. This sense of power is intoxicating. But as she returns to her hostel, something feels off. That night, Adana finds herself back in the dream, where she is surrounded by girls, all admiring her. She is led to an inner chamber where a regal figure sits on a throne, the Queen Mother. She is beautiful, with glowing eyes and a majestic crown. She tells Adana, "You have done well." This says only the beginning. The Queen Mother's gaze softens, but her voice carries an eerie intensity. With power comes loyalty. Soon you will be called upon to take further steps. Do you accept? Adana receives a call from her mother, who pleads with her to come home. "Adana, my daughter, something isn't right. I've been praying for you." But Adana brushes off the concern, unwilling to acknowledge the deepening darkness she feels pulling her away from her mother's love. As Adana stands at the Queen Mother's side, she is faced with a chilling choice: to inflict pain and capture souls. The Queen's cold voice echoes in her mind. "Choose their fate and you will rise within the Slay Queen order." Adana's hand hovers in the air, ready to make her decision, when her mother's voice breaks through her thoughts, stronger than ever. "Come home, Adana. I'm here for you." Adana wakes up, breathless and shaking. She grabs her things and rushes to her mother's village, feeling the weight of the dark forces lift as she reaches her home. She clings to her mother, sobbing uncontrollably, and confesses everything she has experienced. Adana explains how Madame Jane and her beauty products were part of a much darker plan, a way to ensnare the souls of unsuspecting customers. Her mother listens, horrified, but never lets go of Adana's hand, offering the strength and comfort she needs. Adana's mother prays fervently, determined to break the hold on her daughter's soul. Meanwhile, Adana is trapped in a nightmare. She is pulled toward Queen Mother's fiery throne by roughy creatures, and she sees the souls of those she's ensnared, their faces twisted in agony. The nightmare intensifies, and as the creatures drag her toward the iron cage of lost souls, she sees familiar faces, her classmates, her friends. They beg for release, but Adana is powerless to help them. In the end, it is her mother's voice that brings her back to reality. The screen fades to black as Adana's mother continues to pray for her, determined to save her daughter from the darkness that now threatens her soul. "You cried," Babil's voice barely rasped, her body trembling as she whispered, "Adana, it's too late for me. Don't stay. Get out. Save yourself." Sudden, fierce resolve. She turned to B. Her voice filled with determination. "You have to fight, B. Don't let them take you completely. We can still break free." B's battered eyes flickered, a faint glimmer of recognition flashing through the haze of torment. "How? How do we?" Before Adana could answer, the Queen Mother's booming voice echoed throughout the chamber. "You foolish child," she snarled, her figure now looming in the shadows, more terrifying than ever. "You think you can defy me? You think you can escape your destiny?" Adana's pulse raced, but she held her ground. "I won't serve you. I won't let you control me anymore. I refuse to be a part of your kingdom of darkness." The Queen Mother's laughter echoed, like the sound of 1,000 voices twisting in agony. "Then you will regret this, Adana. The path you choose now leads only to ruin. Your soul belongs to me." Suddenly, a deafening roar filled the space, and the ground beneath them shook violently. The shadows writhed, and the cages rattled, as though the very fabric of the dark world was beginning to tear apart. In that moment, Adana felt it, the thin thread of hope, something pure and untouchable, deep within her. It was the prayer her mother had whispered, the faith she had once neglected, the strength of the love that bound her to her family and to herself. "B," Adana cried, grasping her friend's trembling hands. "We can still fight this together." Adana stood tall as the Queen Mother's figure began to dissolve, her fury vanishing in the overwhelming brilliance of the light. The dark world around them shattered like glass, each fragment carrying the weight of countless lost souls, their chains finally broken. As the darkness faded, Adana found herself back in her room, breathless yet alive, the dawn creeping through her window. She glanced around, disoriented. Bosse. Their phone buzzed, her mother's name on the screen again.
And as the morning light spilled into her room, Adana knew that the journey ahead would not be easy. But she was no longer afraid. She had faced the darkness and emerged with the light inside her. The power was hers now, not to control, but to use, to heal, to rebuild.
And with her mother by her side, Adana vowed never to forget the lesson learned in the shadows, that the truest beauty came not from the things she sold, but from the strength and love that she carried within our soul.